this project, I'm using a 6mm hook as well as a 5mm hook and some weight for 100% cotton yarn. To start, I make a slip knot just by wrapping the yarn over my fingers and then pulling it through the hole in the center. I'm going to start by using my 6mm hook to create my foundation chain. I always like to use a hook that is one size bigger when making my foundation chain because it helps me to make sure the chain doesn't work up too tight. For my size, I made a foundation chain of 110 chains, and that makes a size large or extra large. So now we're just going to work into the second chain from the hook with a single crochet. So insert the hook into the chain space, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2. And we're just going to continue this all the way down, placing 1 single crochet into each space along this chain. So you want to make sure it lies nice and flat. If it is curling, it means your base chain is probably too tight. So I'm going to place 1 single crochet all the way along till I get to the end here, and then I'm just placing 1 into that very last chain. And then I like to turn my work, and I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to place 1 single crochet into this very first stitch here. And I just like to do this because I find it builds up the yarn on the sides and you get a really good straight edge when working with single crochets. Now I'm going to place 1 single crochet into each stitch from the previous row, making sure to go under both loops of that last stitch. Okay, so when you get down to the end over here, you want to make sure you place 1 single crochet into the very last stitch. We're not going to put it into the chain 1 because that doesn't count as a stitch. We're just placing it under both loops of that last single crochet stitch. So this top is really easy. It's made all of single crochets, so you just need to continue single crocheting each row until you achieve the length of the shirt that you like. So I continued mine like so. I believe I did about 45 rows for my top. And then at this point, when it was the length that I wanted, I measured it up against myself and I marked out 2 spots here with safety pins where I want my straps to begin. And when you're marking these spots, you want to make sure they're equal distances from either side. For the next row, without cutting my yarn, I'm going to continue where I left off and place 1 single crochet into each stitch all the way until I get to that safety pin. So when I get here, I'm just going to remove the safety pin and I'm going to place a single crochet into the next stitch. Then I'm going to swap out my 5mm hook for my larger hook, and then I'm going to create the chain for my strap. So make sure you measure how long you'd like your strap to be. For me, I did 200 chains, which did end up being a little bit too long, but that's okay because I ended up crossing a little bit more in the back and everything worked out. So when I get to the end of my chain, I switch back to my 5mm hook and I'm going to single crochet into the second chain from the hook, and I'm just placing 1 single crochet into each chain space along that chain I just created. So when I get back down to the bottom here, I'm placing 1 more single crochet into that final chain space, and then I'm going to anchor the strap by placing a single crochet into the next stitch on the shirt. So we started the strap in a single crochet, came back down, and we're going to anchor it into the next single crochet and the next available stitch of where we started that strap. Then I'm just going to single crochet along between the 2 straps until I get to the next safety pin, and I'm going to repeat the exact same process. So after I work that second strap, I'm just going to finish off by single crocheting all the way along to the edge of the top. And when I get to the end, just make my last single crochet, and then I clip my yarn, and I'm going to yarn over the hook and pull through one more time so that I can fasten off my yarn. So when you're done, this is what the top looks like, and then you just fold in the sides here, and you can mark the placements with safety pins of where you would like to put your straps. So I marked 3 spots here, but I did actually end up adding a couple more in between because I didn't really like the way that it sat. So if you want to do 3, or if you want to do 5, 6, 4, whatever you feel like, I ended up adding a couple more just so that it would cross a bit more on each side. But yeah, the basic idea is to mark your places and then stick your crochet hook through and just kind of wiggle each strap through and then you cross the straps back and forth. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. If you do like this tutorial, be sure to subscribe to my channel for more crochet and sewing videos.